William Ruto never wanted to be the president so that he could help this country. I want you to get this clear from me. If at all the interview that tumesikiza pale the expose by Gachagua is something to go about, trust you me, we have a president who ran for the president only for a commercial interest alone. It was never about you people. And just like the way CS Muturi said, that our president has a double personality. The image that he shows people in the public is very different that he shows people akiwa in the indoors. It is quite unfortunate that for the first time we had been taken deep into the cabinet and how government operates. We have a president who has never had the interest of Kenyans at heart. From the fertilizer scandal, from the climate, the planting of trees, the Russian oligarchs trying to do money laundering in this country, from the bribe cases, from so many things, from abductions, it is quite unfortunate. And it is sad indeed. But okay, if you are new to this platform and you're coming here for the first time, I'd like you to take a second to subscribe and to hit the notification bell so that anytime I post a video, you will always be the first to watch. So kindly do that. Na kama kawaida, I'll be back. Thank you everyone who has subscribed, and for the return subscribers, I really appreciate you guys. So as I was saying, this president that we have, it's quite unfortunate that he's a person who came into power for his own personal interest. That our president, from the way Gachagua has described the way he has been running this government, trust you me, we don't have a country. This country is fucked up. That we have a president mwenye yeye ni biashara anapiga. And he doesn't care anapiga biashara na nani. Anapiga biashara na Sudan about gold and everything. He doesn't care. He's now doing his business in DRC, trying to make sure that our president is the procurement officer. You can hear the expose of fertilizer, how they were given free donation of fertilizer and they sold to Kenyans. And some of these things were being exposed by ODM a while back. And the government was denying. Now, right now, Gachagua is coming out to say the truth. The issue of money laundering, ya wash yenye walikuwa wanataka kufanya through climate change na mambo na miti na nini. There's so many things that Gachagua has exposed about this president that, trust you me, even the president is very hard for him to respond. And it is giving us more intrigue, more details into the kind of a president that we have. So I want to play for you some of the videos, some of the expose by Gachagua, and then we'll come back and at least analyze this man, the president himself. So watch these videos, na kama kawaida, I'll be back.
When Moses Kuria was Minister for Trade, he's the one who started the county aggregation and industrial parks. A brilliant idea. Since they removed him from there, that project is stuck. And when I asked President why he's sacking him, he said that he's a thief. You know? So today I'm wondering, I have seen Moses Kuria is being auctioned. If Moses Kuria had stolen anything from anybody, how come he has nothing? He has no money to pay his debts. You know? And I knew, you know, the issues that took place in Kenya National Trading Corporation, KNTC. The procurement was done in State House. And when they brought edible oil and rice and there was a scandal, they wanted to push it to Moses Kuria and another lady called Pamela who has been taken to court. And they have used this thing to intimidate Moses Kuria, that they can open, trumped up charges against him. But I really want to ask a question. I was asking myself, if the way the president told me he removed Moses Kuria as minister because he was corrupt, how come today that Moses Kuria, today the court allowed these things to be auctioned? If he told me, Kama you want to be the appointing authority, my friend, you run for president, you can appoint the PSs you want. This is my government. Now ukwende, and he switched on the phone. That is, and when I hear him
that was
talking,
in 2022.
Yeah, 2022. That was the second month in government. So when I hear him talking about tribalism, that Rigathi Gachagua is tribal. When you look at the way he reappointed PSs from his community and chased away all the other PSs from all the other communities except his own community. When you look at the appointment of CEOs in parastatus, there are more than 60 from his community. And he talks about tribalism. You know, I've heard him sing hatutaki ukabila. You know, hii Kenya ni yetu sisi wote. Sisi bwana hatutaki ukabila. Mnikubalie niunganishe wa Kenya wote. Hii Kenya ni yote sisi wote. Then more than 60 CEOs of parastatus are from his community.
Okay.
That is when they brought bad fertilizer. And I'll give you evidence, the one that you want, because I think this is important. A company called Maisha Minerals and Fertilizers Limited. This is Defke, who is a partner of the president. He is also into fertilizer, and he is the one who imported bad fertilizer. Okay. So when the report came from KEBS, saying this fertilizer is bad, President William Ruto ordered Linturi to allow the fertilizer to come in and forget about it. Then they wanted to arrest Linturi and take him to court for this fertilizer this year. And I told the president, you cannot do that. You know, Mideka Linturi is innocent. It is yourself and Felix Kosgei who are buying fertilizer in State House. In fact, as we speak today, I want to tell the Kenyan farmers, today there is no fertilizer and the long rains are here. Because fertilizer has not been prepared. Because it's the president himself who does it. He decides from who at what price. And this has taken time. Okay? And again, finally, the Russian government gave us 40,000 metric tons of fertilizer. The donation. Donation. It was given to this man called Maisha Minerals by the president. And another 30,000 metric tons from Algeria given to the same man. They blended and sold it to government. A donation from Russia, a donation from Algeria was processed and sold to the Kenyan government at the same price that we were buying fertilizer from. And I would like you, now that I've told you, go and ask the Ministry of Agriculture. The fertilizer that came from Russia as a donation, which farmers were given free of charge? The ones that came from Algeria, which farmers were given free of charge? The president gave it to Maisha Minerals, Defke, his friend, blended, packed, and sold to the Kenyan government. They pocketed billions of shillings. That president called me and he was in a rage. Actually abusive. Wewe Rigiji, huyu mjinga. Mbele huyu anaitwa Justin Muturi. Ni mjinga sana. Can you look for him? Umwambie I am his appointing authority, mimi ndio rais. I've called him. I've given him instructions to sign some documents and he's saying he cannot sign. You tell him. Kama utamuongelesha Kiembu kama ndio atasikia. Ya kwamba if he does not execute those documents, I want his letter of resignation akifika Nairobi.
This is while he was AG.
Yeah. I said, Mr. President, calm down. What is the problem? Hiyo mtu ni mjinga. Mlevi. Very incompetent fellow. Hii mtu uliletea. Ulitoa hii mtu wapi? He was very quarrelsome. He was almost abusing me. So I said, okay, Mr. President, let me talk to him. I called Justin Muturi. And the number was roaming. Yeah, AG, where are you? He said, no, I'm in Dubai on transit. I'm coming from somewhere. I'm on the way back to Nairobi. I said, the president has called me and he's very bitter that you are disobeying him and there are things he has asked you to do and you are not doing. Why are you disobeying the president, Mr. AG? He says, no, president has asked me to sign them documents in the lobby of an international airport. Documents I have not seen. Documents I have not verified. Documents I have not authenticated. I mean, DP, how do I sign things that I don't know? And it's about $1 billion US. And these are things that I don't know. And these people, DP, are very unhappy. They called staff from my office. President is telling me, your people have worked on it, just sign. And nobody told me that they have called people from my office. I cannot sign. The president says you will sign when you come. He said, no problem, I will sign, but I will not sign. Nikanyamaza. So nikaenda kutafuta president baadaye. Nikamwongelesha polepole nini, huyu Muturi amesema, ya bana hiyo mtu ni mjinga. That man, where did we get this man from? He's a very difficult character. And he is really, sabotaging my programs. Hii ni maneno mimi nimepanga ya climate change, and now he's frustrating, I said, okay, I left. So later on, after 3 weeks, Muturi came and to see me. He said, mtu ya nyumbani, hii kazi imekuwa ngumu. The thing the president was asking me to sign is a fraud. It's $1 billion US that is being brought to the country without going through the National Treasury, which is contrary to the PMF Act. This money is supposed to go to the Ministry of Environment without going through the National Treasury. I have done due diligence. The owners of that farm have criminal cases against them. And there are people who are involved in money laundering. And from my investigation, this is money laundering. I'm not going to do it. So I told the president what he has said. And he was very bitter. And you know what has happened? Since Justin Muturi refused that thing, the talk of climate change. For the last 1 year, you have not heard the president talk about climate change. That 1 year, 2023, he was talking about nothing else but climate change. It was a scheme for money laundering. We were talking about planting 15 billion trees. That deal for $1 billion US dollars was supposedly to plant 3 billion trees. These 15 billion trees was a fraud to bring in money in a country for money laundering. And since Justin Muturi, who in my view is a hero for this country, refused, you have never heard for the last 1 year the Minister for Environment or the President talk about the 15 billion trees.
So hello guys, I believe you've watched the videos. And you can clearly see and hear Gachagua exposing everything the president has been doing and the kind of a person that we have. The insults, the tribal insinuations that if you disagree with someone, you call him that huyu mbere wenyu, ongea ni mjinga kabisa nini na nini. That is not the image of the president that we see in the public. And you remember even CS Muturi told us that the president, that this person that we call your president has double personality. He is someone when whatever he shows you on the outside is not what he is in the inside. And you remember, even Uhuru was the president, we never saw this side of Uhuru. We never see people coming out to tell us that Uhuru has a double personality. That whatever he behaves outside is different from what he is in akiwa ndani. So you guys, I don't want to go into so much details about what Gachagua has explained. Those things are self-explanatory. Me trying to explain and to repeat the same things, it will be very it's ni kama kujirudia. That we have a president who even knows that people are being abducted and he disbanded that unit. So he knew who was abducting people. And Gachagua knew that this thing was happening and he confronted the president in the cabinet, in the Security Council severally to tell him that this is not the right way to go. Stop abducting people. And he was being dismissed. So you people, the jury is out there for you to decide. Gachagua has exposed the kind of president you have. The Gachagua and CS Muturi has exposed the kind of a president you are dealing with. Now it is up to you Kenyans to decide. Is this the person bado mnatuambia kumi tena or not? Because you people have been singing to us, especially the Luos, simply because they have been given few cabinet posts and nini that are even having no impact. You people have been singing to us that kumi tena. The jury is outside there. This is a man who is, if given another term, he will finish this country. If for the 2 years, those are hizo deals zote end amestruck. And that's why you see everything he touches, there's always a problem with it because he has some personal interest. History health, he had some personal interest. You can see clearly. Even the Auditor General exposed some of the things, some of how people are benefiting from this share thing. The housing levy, he's benefiting from it, selling steels and iron sheet and cement and everything. That was the commercial interest. Education sector, commercial interest. The issue of climate change, commercial interest. The issue of South of Sudan and everything, commercial interest. So you guys, you tell me, is this the kind of president you people want to bring back in 2027? Those people who are telling us kumi bila break. This is a person who is willing to even sell this country completely as long as amepata is what he wants. It is not about Kenyans. It is not about Kenyans anymore. And that's why I'm not surprised when I heard that 1.3 trillion was withdrawn na ikapotea. Surely 1.3 trillion inapotea, inaenda missing completely. What kind of a country do we have? We've sunk so low as a country to a point whereby we are now being even ridiculed in other people, by other countries. Like we are just like but a joke. Because whatever these things are saying, whatever the issues are emerging, my friend, they are very embarrassing to this country. That we have a government that is just hell-bent on cutting deals and cutting deals and cutting deals and cutting deals. So you guys, I want you to think so hard about all these things. Because if things continue like this, we will not have a country. We will not have a country at all, at all, at all. We will not have a country. And you people keep on telling us that, oh, the president, now Raila is there, will keep the president in check. Raila is just another con man. He's just another person who likes cutting deals. So it is about us, the citizens, to rise up and to call the president for who is, and to make sure that we mobilize such that by 2027, we bring in a new set of government. Otherwise, all these people should go home. Because it is sad, watching that Gachagwa's interview, it is sad if that is the kind of a person who is the head of state, who is heading this country. It is quite sad. Anyway, guys, what do you think about that interview in general? What do you think about our president from that expose by Gachagua? And please don't come and tell us that Gachagua is just bitter. No, let's stick to the facts. Let's stick to the details of what he was saying. And I know most of you will come and say, oh, when he was in the government alikuwa amenyamaza. When you are in the government, there are some when you are sitting in the cabinet and security council, there are some things that you don't come out and say when you are still there. Let's agree on that. There are some things, there are some oaths that people take. So unless you are very naive and stupid to come and start telling us that mbona hakusema hiyo nini, don't be that level, don't be that stupid. Those things, there are some things you can only say when you leave. Because if you are in that position, you can't speak. Because there are some things that binds you. Unaona? So as much as you can disagree in the cabinet, but ukitoka nje hufai kuongelelea. What the cabinet has agreed, that is what will, hiyo ndio itaenda. So Gachagua is just telling us the kind of a president we have been dealing with. So let's focus on the issues. Let's not focus on the personality. Let's focus on this person as a president. Is he really a good president? So don't bring issues up at your Gachagua is just bitter or nini. You are being dismissive. That is not the politics that we want. We want to focus on the issues. The issue that he has raised. Because everything Gachagua has talked about, it has come, if you look keenly, deeply, it is true that there is some personal interest in everything that Gachagua has mentioned. So give your feedback on that. Tell us what you think about this whole thing. Do it in the comment section, but above it all, remain respectful. Do not insult anyone, do not attack anyone. And above it all, if you want to keep on supporting this platform, my number is always there. My number is down here. Kindly do so, and I will really, really appreciate. Thank you. Until next time, bye-bye.
The African Update.